Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the feature race at Saratoga on Sunday, the $100,000 Coronation Cup. It's race number 9. It's at 5.5 furlongs on the turf. You can get involved with a DRF Bets account, sign up, and learn how to access risk-free wagers. Here is the field for the Coronation Cup. We have a nice field, and it seems like there's a good amount of speed in this race, Mike. And we've got to start our conversation with Breakeven, who is undefeated from 5 starts on the dirt, already a graded stakes winner. You take a look at this filly's form, and you wonder, why isn't she running in the test in 3 weeks' time? Why is she trying the turf? Does this move worry you at all?
I thought, I thought it was a little odd. I heard Brad Cox saying he was going to run her in this race, which I did think was a little strange. I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he is still planning on the test with her now. Isn't he using this to get there, or is he not even planning on the test anymore? Is that what you heard?
He says you can still get to the test. He also mentioned the Prioress, which is in a month's time. Obviously, the test is the race you want, but he says he'd like to try her on the turf. He feels that there is enough pedigree. Now, Country Day has done okay with his first-time turf runners, 17% from very limited data. I don't see a ton of pedigree on the bottom. The dam is full, 1 first turf winner. But this horse just has speed and class. Whether she'll handle the surface at a short price, it's a little bit of a different story, and there's also a lot of speed in this race.
It's the big question. I mean, because obviously if she runs her good dirt race on the turf, then she's just going to win. I don't know if she'll be able to do that. I'm with you. The turf pedigree, I guess, is sort of middling for me. The dam's had 3 horses to try turf. 2 of them have won on it. I guess that suggests that Breakeven can handle it. And if she handles it, then they probably won't be able to beat her. But as you point out all the things that are problematic about that. She may not be as good on it. She's going to be a short price. There is a lot of other speed in this race. I mean, there are things that make you want to take a shot against her, I guess.
But she's also the horse to beat if she brings her A game. What did you think of her most recent race in the Jersey Girl? She faced 3 other horses. She was 1-5. She opened up a big lead after setting a tepid pace. And let's be honest, another couple strides, she gets beat.
Yeah, it wasn't her best race, even though it got the biggest figure of her career with a 99. She did, if you want to, just give her a little extra credit, she did stumble at the start of that race. So, maybe there was, that affected her performance a little bit. I wasn't blown away with her last win, but she got it done. And that's all she has done so far is get it done in her races. She's a good horse.
The Timeform U.S. Pace Projector has her on the lead, but Lyrical Lady, breaking from post position 2, also has big speed. Just take a look at the difference between her form on fast dirt and on wet dirt. I have a feeling she hates the slop, so you can draw a line through both of those races. Being by more than ready, you think she's going to be able to handle the turf. The dam won on the turf. The dam's a full to a turf winner that was graded placed on a synthetic surface. She just didn't have enough speed against Breakeven last time out in the 8 Bells, but I don't think she cared for the wet track. I think she's going to try to make Breakeven run early. I think Ricardo Santana's gunning for the front.
I think he is too, and listen, it's not like she hasn't run 2 good races out of her 4 starts. There are 2 bad ones too. And as you point out, the wet tracks could be an excuse for her there. Her other 2 races, I think they're both really good. I really liked her return off the layoff at Oaklawn this year, where she just sped to the front and kept going. And as you point out, she has turf pedigree too. Dangerous horse.
Let's talk about the horses coming out of that Honeybee Stakes at Monmouth on June 15th. A bit of both. The running line looks great. And then you watch the race and you realize that she was really, really fortunate to win that race. She was able to make an easy lead. Then she bolted all the way to the outside fence, turning into the stretch. It looked like she was beat. And unfortunately, the horse that was going to beat her, I believe, went wrong and broke down in mid-stretch. And a bit of both, while basically running on the dirt, was able to win that race. Now, she obviously has talent. She's won 5 of 6. She goes out for a great trainer in Jason Service. She's going to face other speed in here, and I wonder what's going to happen when she takes that turn.
I agree with you. I think she looks good on paper, and she is pretty good. I don't think she ran as well on turf last time as she had been running on dirt prior to that. With the other speed in this race, it makes me just want to be against this horse. Maybe she'll behave herself better this time, Dan. She's used to the turf now. Maybe she'll run a better race, but I don't want this horse in here.
Conversely, Eye in the Sky, I thought just had a very difficult trip in that Honeybee. She hopped right up at the start, and it looked like it knocked the jock right out of his irons for the first few strides or so. And you just can't give up any ground in these turf sprints. Yeah. Eye in the Sky saved ground. The jock did everything right, tried to come up the rail, and then when that horse went wrong, she had to steady just a little bit. I don't think she was winning with a clear stretch run, but that start really compromised her, and she has done some good things from off the pace. So if this pace is hot, the switch to Rosario, she'll be rolling late. I just wonder how much improvement is left.
That's how I feel about her too, Dan. I mean, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt for the last one because she did run better than it looks. There is a chance this race sets up really well for her and she comes running at the end. On the other hand, I kind of just wanted one other race from her that I really liked. And I don't really see it. She's a stakes winner on turf at Aqueduct 3 starts back. She got absolutely loose on a slow pace that day. I didn't think she ran that great. I don't know. I wanted one more race for her that I could latch on to, and I didn't find it.
Perhaps the deepest closer in the race is the horse that's the most lightly raced, and that's the number 1, I'll Handle the Cash, who came off of a very long layoff last time out, had to deal with a gate delay for 4 or 5 minutes when a horse was scratched, and none of that seemed to phase this filly. We expect her to run well on turf. She's by point of entry. She stayed up close to the pace, got bumped a little bit turning into the lane, and then she just ran down that odds-on favorite late. I think she has some potential. I just wonder if this is a case of too much too soon, but the pace situation is right. I would use this horse at least underneath.
I would too. She is entered in an allowance race on Saturday. I wonder if she'll run there, or maybe they got her enter the stakes, so I guess maybe they'll just show up in this spot. And I don't think it'd be a bad idea to run her here because as talented as some of these horses look, and obviously some of them are a lot faster than her, I don't know. There are questions about surface with some of them. There are questions about how good some of those horses actually are. And I think this horse is pretty good. I really liked her win last time, Dan. It is only a half length. She won that race with relative ease. I think she could take a step forward in here.
Bohemian Bourbon, the number 3, is a horse that would benefit from a fast pace up front. She came from way out of it to win her turf sprint debut at Gulfstream. And then I wonder if she just didn't care for that wet turf course at Keeneland. Many times we've seen horses just either like Keeneland or don't. I didn't love the race she ran that day, but she ran into some nice fillies and she returned to win on dirt.
Yeah, I would give her that excuse more maybe than the soft turf excuse is that Keeneland race was a really good field. And I just feel like she wasn't up for that at that time. Maybe she takes a step forward in here. Maybe she gets the right trip and comes running late.
Turf debut for Midnight Fantasy going out for trainer Joe Sharp. The Midnight Lutes win 8% of the time with first turf runners. The Dam did not win on the surface, but she has foaled one turf winner. Last time out on the dirt, it was washed off. She kind of hesitated a bit leaving the gate, was rushed up to battle with another horse. I didn't think they were going very fast, but I did like the determination she showed to finish second. It looked like she could finish 4th at the top of the stretch, but she dug in to run second. I like that they're taking the blinkers off. I like that she has tracking speed.
Yep.
There's just not enough turf for me, Mike. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Me too. I feel the same way about her because I wanted to like her in this race. I actually like some of her dirt races, and I just don't see the pedigree for her to really move up on turf, and she does have to move up to win, Dan. I'm going to keep an open mind about her and see what kind of price she goes up. She's a really big price in here. I'm going to try and find a way to use her because I do like her as a horse.
Abyssinian tried the boys on opening day, caught a wet turf course. It's hard to imagine Wesley Ward wheeling her back on 2 days.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to run her in both races. It was going to be interesting to see what he decided to do. He ran her yesterday. I'm assuming that's it.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Coronation Cup. You're going with My Galena, and the key for My Galena is whether Javier can get this horse to rate. And breaking from the outside post, it gives Javier a lot of options. It's a big advantage for My Galena to be outside all of the other speeds. I loved her debut when she won an 8 and change, and older horses were not able to go that fast, basically an hour later, going 6 furlongs. And last time out in the Soaring Softly, big ask. Second lifetime start, stretching out to 7, going real fast early, and the only part of the pace still around at the end. She's got ability.
Those are all the things that I liked about her. I am concerned about the trip, what kind of trip she gets in this race. I hope that she can rate a little bit. Now, obviously, she's not going to get outrun, but just sort of maybe keep up and not have to be right on the lead in here. I just, in a confusing race, a race that I thought was pretty tough to deal with, I like her turf form maybe better than anybody's, and I'll just hope that it's enough in this race.
She should be a decent price as well. Give me your numbers.
I went 8-4-1.
This is a race where I don't really think I have a lot of interest in getting involved. It's just a skull buster full of speeds and questionable turf pedigrees. I think if Breakeven shows up with her A race, she's probably just going to win, but I'm not excited about taking a short price on her. 4-5-8-1 for me in the Coronation Cup, the feature at Saratoga on Sunday. Get involved with that DRF Bets account and learn how to access those risk-free wagers. Approximate post time for race number 9 at Saratoga on Sunday, 5:51 Eastern. Good luck.